morning, Second Baptist. As mentioned by Pastor Neighbors on Friday, all ministry events and activities have been canceled. You will be notified when we resume all activities. At this time, we would like to take a verbal announcement from We Will board member Meleika Gardner.
Good morning, everyone. I want to first thank Pastor Neighbors and Second Baptist for allowing me to make this announcement. I always said I would never have the courage to get up here in front of Second Baptist. I can't believe so. Here I am. Okay. Some of you know me. I started the social media vehicle platform, Evanston Live TV. And I also joined the board of We Will. And We Will is an organization that helps women and children get involved in legislation. And when I came aboard We Will, the founder, Alexandra Eidenberg, she had asked me, she said, so what is it that you want to do? So the first thing I want to do is help my community, the Black community. And so I told her, I think it needs to be a state law that every school needs to teach the true history of Black people. Since I was a kid, they have started our history in shackles and chains. Like our history just started with slavery. And it was this time last year, a company had hired me to celebrate their first time ever recognizing Black history. And in that room, it was professionals, six-figure salary, every nationality, maybe 3 Black people on staff that attended the event. And I had asked that room, I said, what do you know about Black history? What do you know about us, about Black people? And all that was said was that we were slaves. And these were people in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s. So that's what they knew of us. And I said, what did we contribute? And the response was hip hop. I said, to the world, to America, hip hop. And that was it. So I went to We Will. I said, the first piece of legislation I want to work on is changing that. I want from age kindergarten to 12th grade, I want to plant the seed early. I want our children and all children to know we are the original people on this planet. We contributed, we built civilizations, we contributed to medicine, literature, technology. We built kingdom, literature, technology. We built kingdoms, we were kings, queens, we had oil, we had diamonds. Before the terrorism and the kidnapping occurred. And so they need to start teaching pre-enslavement. They need to know who we were prior to being kidnapped and terrorized, that we were great people. And our children need to see that because I truly believe that it will help their self-worth, their self-value, their self-knowledge. And then all this going on in District 65 and around the world, children calling our children the N-word. I think that would change if they knew who we really were. If they were taught early, it would be that respect. No, your people just didn't own us and enslave us. No, we were powerful people and we still are. So we deserve that respect. So We Will help me research to see if anyone had a bill similar to this. And we came across Representative LaShawn Ford. He has District 8 on the west side of Chicago. And I reached out to him. We had a meeting. He said, I love this. I have a bill. His bill was to make sure that they continue to teach slavery because it is an important part of history. Of course, they don't teach it the way that it really is, how brutal it was. They're pretty much calling us immigrants now to the children. That's what they're teaching them. So he created a bill to make sure that it doesn't just vanish and disappear. So he said, why don't you add the pre-enslavement as an amendment to my bill? And I said, perfect. So he brought it to committee. I had to go to Springfield 2 weeks ago. We had to go before the House committee at the Capitol, and I had to testify, and it was intense. very intense. You'd be surprised how many people are okay with continuing to miseducate and misinform our children. And they were very bold and had no shame in it. They were like, well, if we help the Black people, then we have to help all cultures. That was said on record. That's how bold it is. But after I testified and Representative Ford was fire, he was nailing them, we ended up getting 14 votes in favor of our bill and 7 votes still opposing us. So now it moves to the House floor. And because of coronavirus, we were supposed to be there this week to get those votes so that we can take it to the Senate. So it's been postponed, but Ford had said, you know, you need to get people involved. They need to start calling their House representatives this week while there's downtime, calling them, emailing them, post onto their social media how you feel about this, because we need their votes. So when they open up the Capitol again, it's going to the floor for a vote. And if we don't get those votes, they will continue to miseducate and misinform our children, all children, about who Black people really are to this country and to this world. So please contact your local House representatives and just tell them how you feel about this. Call as many of them as you want and share this information with your friends, co-workers, neighbors. Share it. If you don't know who your House representative is, you can look on the Evanston Live TV page, and there's a link that I put up there. All you have to do is put in your address, and it'll show you their picture, their email address, their telephone number, everything. Okay? And thank you again, Pastor Neighbors and Second Baptist, and please, you all, contact them. We have to change. We have to make a change, starting with our youth. Thank you.